The League of the Holy Court, also known as the Santa Hermandad, or Holy Brotherhood in some historical contexts, refers to a form of religiously influenced alliance that emerged during the medieval period in Europe. This institution combined elements of faith, governance, and judicial authority, functioning as both a protective league and a mechanism of law enforcement. It reflected the ways in which medieval societies often blended sacred authority with secular power to maintain order and defend their interests. The League arose in an era when local feudal lords, monarchs, and church leaders faced challenges in maintaining stability. Banditry, lawlessness, and power struggles between rival factions threatened both commerce and daily life. To address these problems, noble houses and cities formed alliances, often under the sanction of the church, that became known as holy courts or leagues. They pledged to uphold justice, suppress crime, and protect pilgrims, merchants, and travelers who were vulnerable to attacks in unsettled regions. One of the most notable iterations of such leagues took shape in medieval Spain, where the Santa Hermandad became a powerful organization supported by the crown. Rooted in local brotherhoods formed to combat disorder, it evolved into a national force under Ferdinand and Isabella in the late 15th century. The Hermandad acted as a paramilitary police, tasked with enforcing royal justice across towns and villages. It was often called the Holy Brotherhood because of its connection to Christian ideals of order, unity, and divine justice. The concept of a holy court was not limited to Spain. Across Europe, similar leagues arose to defend Christian values and support the authority of rulers. They were bound by oaths, rituals, and sometimes religious symbolism, giving their judicial and military actions a sacred dimension. Members saw themselves not only as enforcers of the law, but also as guardians of moral and spiritual order in society. While these leagues were effective in restoring order, they also became controversial. Their powers often bypassed traditional legal institutions, leading to accusations of overreach, brutality, or misuse of authority. In Spain, the Santa Hermandad was criticized for its harsh punishments and for being used as an instrument of centralized royal control. Yet it undeniably contributed to stabilizing the kingdom during a period of transition, helping Ferdinand and Isabella consolidate their rule and create the foundation of modern Spain. The legacy of the League of the Holy Court lies in its unique blending of faith and governance. It represents a time when law enforcement was inseparable from religious ideals, and when justice was framed not only as a civic duty, but as a divine mandate. Although these leagues eventually lost power as centralized states developed professional armies and judicial systems, their influence can still be traced in the history of policing, legal traditions, and the relationship between church and state. Today, the League of the Holy Court stands as a reminder of the medieval struggle for justice and order in a world where faith and authority were deeply intertwined. It illustrates how communities sought collective security and stability by appealing to both sacred and secular powers, shaping the evolution of governance in Europe.